All right, guys, we're gonna do earnings recap. That's pretty much what we were focused on this week. We did get a lot of base hits. Some of you caught some pretty good moves at the open, but the main focus this week and the next few weeks are gonna be aftermarket earnings. We're gonna lock up what we can during the day, but the big focus is going to be aftermarket earnings. So, I don't trade the financial stocks. Visa did report earnings today. You got a really nice breakdown under the 5 minute announcement candle. The volatility kind of stayed in for a little while, and now a nice sell-off. So, and this is why, this is what I like to see. This is why I do this. So you guys really don't need me. Once you've learned the strategy, and once you're able to execute it, you don't need to follow anybody. You just need, people to be there to help you when you run into these roadblocks. But for the most part, you'll be able to identify these stocks and build a trading plan, a viable trading plan, and then execute it without anybody looking over your shoulder. That's the goal. That's what any teacher or mentor wants. All right, and this, I'm telling you, is a beautiful trade. It makes me wish I had broken my rule today about financial stocks and traded this. This is a really beautiful trade. So congrats to you guys in here that took it. This looks like it's gonna turn out to be a real beauty. But we're gonna recap our trades from this week. I already did a recap video on this Netflix trade. This was our flagship earnings trade from this week. Now, yesterday, we got IBM, and boy, I admit, mentally, I was not in the right place. And I made a ton of mistakes on this. And you could see it pretty much cost me the whole day. 39, I only made $39.65. We did have some other trades that were good. You're going to see the Tesla trade. But this one, I got in, it stopped me out, and it's like it went right to where my max pain was. And, not only was I not in a good frame of mind, but when a stock does this to you. And so guess what I did? I got back in it. And this was an accident. I was waiting to get in up here, but I jumped in a little early, and I could have taken it off for a little profit and just waited, but I didn't. And this looked like it wasn't going anywhere, so I should have waited until it made a lower low under the 9, but I didn't. I just took it off. And then, of course, I jump in after it's made this big move, and I'm going to hold it overnight looking for a gap up. So I made mistake after mistake after mistake and just compounded this and pretty much lost my whole day. I ended up on a scratch trade. So remember, this is where I got in. I was holding this overnight. I could have even taken it off right before the close of aftermarket for a little profit, but I didn't do it. I was being stubborn. I'm thinking, I know I lost a ton of money. I'm gonna, make it work. So now here is Tesla. Now Tesla was a little difficult. I did jump on this around the 2-minute mark, but what happens with this actually reported in between the 5-minute candle. So I kind of used the 2-minute. After the first 2 minutes, I was able to jump in, and I got short. Got my first profit target. Was trying to get 195, and it stopped around 195.40 something, and then ripped back up. So I didn't really get a chance to take profit. Had it come back down here, I definitely would have taken profit. So it started ripping back up, and I ended up bailing out of it. But I would have had to take it off anyway because it would have stopped me at break even on this candle. So I bailed out. Once it retested this, I got back in, looking for it to continue to move down, and it bounced and retested the 9. When it came back and made a lower low, I added to this, and again it back tested. But at no time was it confirming taking out and changing the trend. So this was a little bit scary move. This would have knocked out some weak hands for sure. And I kind of hang on to it because we are trending. The price action was telling me there's a lot of short selling pressure, and that's all we talked about. And finally, it hit my first target. Never did hit the second target. So now, fast forward to today. IBM, this is the one that I got really screwed on. Alright, so I was taking profit all through here. Still didn't really make as much money as I lost yesterday. Alright, I made back like 2/3 of it. And then here's where I took the rest of it off. Because I was looking for 200 and we didn't quite get there. But holding overnight, it was an idiotic trade to get in it. I shouldn't have gotten in it. I could have easily traded this today for a 5-minute opening range breakout and actually made some money on this and not incurred nowhere near the risk that I had holding it overnight. So again, this trade, even though I made money on it today, it still doesn't take away the fact that I made a bad trading error getting in this the night before. And then the other earnings trade, Tesla. So here's Tesla. Remember, we were short, so I covered some profit, took some more profit here, and then as it started to bounce, I went ahead and killed it. It hit my stop, and then as it rejected, I just got back in. Gave me a base hit before it stopped me out at break even again, and eventually this thing broke down. But it broke down in the middle of lunch, and it's just one of those things. I go to lunch around 11:30, and sometimes these moves happen during that lunch hour. But there's no way you can predict, and there's no perfect time to go. There's always the opportunity or chance that you're going to miss something. And so I did miss the rest of this trade. But it just wasn't meant to be. But with IBM and Nvidia, we still had a good day, even though we had a trade on Netflix, got stopped out. Nvidia pretty much looked the same as Netflix. Nvidia pretty much looked the same as Netflix. Bad stop out here, stop out here. Well, um, actually, what happened here was I left my profit target on. I left the profit target on. Didn't realize it, and it actually shorted. This was my first profit target from when I got long, and it accidentally took me short because I had stopped out, and I did pick up a little bit of money back on this, and then again, I overcovered it and then had to take it off here, but it was just a crazy morning. And then Nvidia looked identical to this. I got in and it sold off and lost support, and I had to bail. So that was that. But the main thing I wanted to give you is earnings. So we'll probably have the earnings. The earnings file will be posted, should be by tomorrow night, and the file from this week will be posted on the trading results. So if you guys want to go check out how we ended up this week, on both earnings and the regular intraday trading, you'll be able to go on and check out both. So that wraps it up for me today. I'm feeling the urge again. Tomorrow I've got the procedure that most men dread, and women I would suspect. But for men, I think it's a little bit different. I don't know. But I'm in the prep mode right now. There's probably too much information, so I'm going to shut up now. So you guys have a great rest of the day, evening, and I will talk to you guys soon.